instruction should be take the second number from the user. Third instruction, add those two numbers. Fourth instruction, print the number. Now, these instructions should be given in a computer language that the computer understands. One such language is Python. So Python is a very easy to learn language and it is simpler than C, C++, Java, etc. But don't think that it is less powerful because it is simple. In fact, Python is used all over the world by very big companies like Instagram, Facebook, Google, etc. on a large scale. And today we will be learning Python. So to run the code today, I'll be using Google Colab. Now Colab is a service by Google wherein we can run Python programs on the Google server. So we don't need to install anything. We just have to go to collab.research.google.com and like here, create new notebook. So let us name this as learning Python. So it's a ritual in the programming world that whenever we learn a new language, our first program should be the Hello World program. And Hello World is quite simple to write in Python. We just write print, round brackets, double quote, Hello World. To run it, we click this run button. The first instruction will take some time to run. The next instruction should be quick now. So, okay, I made a typo here. Let us fix this and run again. Yeah, hello world. So this was our first Python program. And as you can see, it is a one-line program and quite simple. So now let us learn more about Python and its execution. So Python is an interpreted language. Yesterday I discussed about interpreted and compiled languages. So in Python, the interpreter interprets every line of instruction that we give it. So the execution takes place line by line. Okay, so our next topic should be variables. Now variables are a very useful thing in programming. In every language we have variables, and Python is a dynamically typed language. So we don't need to specify data type with the variable. We can think of variables like containers or buckets wherein we can store our data. And declaring is quite simple. So let us declare our first variable. First variable equal to 20. Here as we can see, first variable, this is the variable, this is equal sign, and here is the value that we are assigning to this variable. So first variable's value now becomes 20. So if I print out first variable, we get the value as 20. So let us recap here. I assigned 20 to first variable, then I printed first variable, and 20 was printed, which was stored in the variable. We can change this the variable's value in the meantime. We can write first variable equal to 35. So now the value is 35. We can have two print statements to see what's going on. So first variable equal to 20. When we print this, we get 20. Then we change the value and now we get 35. Now, since we understand variables now, okay, two people have raised their hand. Let us see. So, what is your doubt? Unmute yourself. And
Hello, sir. Myself Gaurav from Mechanical.
yes,
Hello.
Gaurav.
Yes, I would like to
Yes.
ask. Before variable, we have to declare it is a integer, float, or a double. We have to declare it, na?
No, you don't have to tell the type of the variable first.
Okay.
Whatever you assign it to, it becomes the, like if we assign first variable to 20, so 20's type is int, so first variable will become int. I'll be
And
taking doubts later on, okay? So
okay,
when we understand data types and all, and rest assured all your doubts will be cleared. I'll hang around at the end, so the
okay,
others will leave, but I'll clear everyone's doubt and then go, so don't worry about it.
okay,
Okay,
sir.
so moving on, we have data types. First, let us see a comment. So whatever is preceded by a hash, this pound symbol becomes the comment. Comments are ignored by the interpreter. They are for us to understand and for us to describe stuff. So this is a comment. So we will discuss data types here. So number, strings, and boolean, and also float. These are the data types we will discuss. Int, float, string, and boolean. So these are the data types. Now int's examples will be 10, 5, 2, any number without the decimal part. That will be an integer. Float will be any number with a decimal part. 2.0, 3.1, etc. So now string. String are characters. So whatever we can write, A, B, C, D and all. Now strings are enclosed in double quotes. To identify an integer, you will have to see that these are numbers without the decimal part. To identify floats, whatever numbers with a decimal point is automatically becomes float. To identify strings, you have to see that these will be enclosed in double quotes or single quotes. Now the single quote and double quote is upon us. We will decide whether we have the choice to decide whether we will use single quote or double quote. We can use them interchangeably. Next is boolean. Now boolean can hold only two values, false and true. Notice that the f in false and t in true are capital. While discussing data types, we'll also discuss a built-in function called type. Now type functions tells us the type of whatever we give it as the argument. So if we say type 2, so 2 is an integer, so we get int. Now if we say type of 2.1, so 2.1 is float. We should remove this. 2.1 will be float. And if we enclose this in double quotes, now this should become a string. See? So whatever is in double quote is a string, whether it is number or characters. We can have characters also here. Also, there is no character data type in Python. We only have strings. So even if we have a single character, we have to represent them as strings. Okay, we should try with true and false also. So you can see here the type is bool, which becomes a boolean. Type of true will also be boolean. So these are the basic data types. There are also more advanced data types like list and tuple and all that. We'll discuss that later. Now, one important thing here is we can convert. So let us assign a equal to 10 and let us print the type of a. So we get int. Here the type of a is integer. Now we can convert this. We can say b equal to str a print b comma type b. So we get 10 as b, but the class integer. So the data type of 10, data type of b is integer here. It's a string actually here. So a was integer when we converted it to string. Now all conversions are not possible. Like the reverse of it will be we assign n equal to in double quotes 45, and then we can say n2 equal to int. So notice that we are giving data type here, and then in brackets n. Now here n is printed and type of n will be integer. Type of n is string, type of n2 will be integer because we are converting it. Okay, 45, and then we convert. But if we change this to some character, now 4a cannot be converted into integer. So this will give us an error. See, we get value error, invalid literal for int with base 10 4a. Now, notice the word literal here. Whatever we write after the equal sign, that is called a literal. So all these data types are of literals. So 10 is a literal, 2.0 is a literal, STD, GG, whatever this is, ABCD, SBA, these are all literals, true, false, etc. So all conversions are not possible, but some conversions are possible, whatever is convertible. Now next we will see operators. So to work on variables, we use operators. Using operators, we can do some operation on the variables. We can add two variables, we can subtract them, we can compare them. So let us see an addition example. A equal to 10, B equal to 20, print C equal to A plus B. So A equal to 20, B equal to 20. Adding them, we get 40. So here plus is an operator and it takes two operands A and B. Similarly, we can subtract them. We can divide them. We can multiply them. We can use the power. So A double asterisk B, A asterisk asterisk B is A power B. So here 20 power 20 will be given, which should be quite a big number actually. So yeah, this is 20 raised to the power of 20. Okay, let us take some doubts now. Priyanka,
Good,
ask your doubt.
good afternoon, senior. I'm Priyanka from Electrical. I
Mhm.
would like to ask that when you describe that first variable twice, so we can assign the same name to two variables in a single program. It won't create any trouble.
No, we are not actually doing that. When we say a equal to 20 and then a equal to 30, it runs because it is the same variable. We are reassigning variables. Variable is declared only once and then the value of it is modified. So these are not two separate variables. These are the same variable and the value has changed.
And could you please explain that Boolean part once again? I missed out that when you said of true
So
and false.
Boolean can have only two values, true and false. So Booleans will either be true or be false. Booleans are very useful when we compare things. Like
And
when we compare two values, 20 and 30, we say 20 greater than 30. It will this statement is either true or false. That's where Boolean comes in. We'll discuss this in detail later. It will come with
the
if
first
and all.
letter will always be capital for that.
Yes, for true and false, T and F have to be capital.
Thank you, sir.
Only then it will be considered a Boolean. Okay, next out, please.
Hello, senior. My name is Bhanu Kumar. My doubt is what is a string is basically.
A string is a collection of characters. Characters can be alphabets, numbers, special characters, symbols, etc. And they are enclosed in double quotes. So when we say a equal to 10, we are assigning integer 10 to a. When we say a equal to abcd, we are assigning abcd to a. And then we can print it. Like in our very first program, Hello World, we had double quotes. This represented that the Hello World is a string. So to print characters or to use characters, we say we use double quotes and that becomes a string. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. Next one, please.
Hello, senior. I
Yes.
want to ask how you have multiply to the power 20 to 20. I don't, can you
So
explain?
here you are asking 20 multiplied by 20.
Yes,
We
power.
can change the value so it becomes 20 multiplied by 30. What is your doubt?
Power.
Power. Okay. So when we
Yes.
use double asterisk
Okay.
like this,
So,
so this becomes 20 power 30. Let us take a simpler example. 2 power 4. This comes 16. This simple. 2. This is the base. This is the power.
okay.
You can
Thank
use
you.
literals here or variables here. Okay, next.
Sir, we should proceed, sir. We will take the rest of the doubts after the whole of the
Okay,
Python.
you can ask your doubts at the end. So now we'll discuss some more operators. So in Python, we have different types of operators. We have arithmetic operators, we have assignment operator, comparison, logical operator, and these are not required actually now. So you can see the whole list here: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponentiation, and floor division. So we already have seen plus the addition operator, subtraction, multiplication, division. One thing to note about division operator is that it converts the data type. So if we do 2 or 4 divided by 2, so this gives us 2.0 actually. So this and the type of it, as you can guess, will be float. So division operator always returns a float even if the given operands are integers. So 4 and 2 both are integers, but the result is float. This does not happen with other operators. So this is a special operator. And if we don't want that to happen, like whatever happens in Java and all, so we can use the double division. Now this will give us an integer always. Even if there is a decimal part, that will be truncated. Like if I do 5 divided by 2, this gives us 2. 5 divided by 2 would have given us 2.5. But 5 floor division operator 2 will give us 2. Then we have the modulus operator. Now modulus actually returns the remainder. So 5% 2 should give us 1. 5% 3 should give us 2. What is happening here is we are dividing 5 by 3 and giving out the remainder. So 3 times 1 is equal to 3 and remainder will be 2. So it is returning us the remainder. Then we have seen the exponentiation, x power y, and the floor division. Now we get to the comparison operator. And comparison operator always returns a true or false Boolean value. So we have equals, not equals, or not. Let us see them. So 5 double equal 5. This will return true because 5 is equal to 5. We can use them with variables also. A equal to 5, B equal to 5, A equal B. Notice here that variables and literals are interchangeable. You can write 5 equal 5 or A equal 5 or A equal B. Anything works. So this is coming as true, but if we do it as 6, this will be false now. And the type of this return, you can see it is bool. So A equal B, A not equal to B. Let us see what this gives us. True, because 5 is not equal to 6. So this statement here, 5 is not equal to 6, is true. It is correct. If we make them equal, now this is false because 5 is actually equal. So not equal to this is false. If we say 10 and then say A greater than B. So understand that we are asking a question here. Is A greater than B? Yes or no? So computer tells us no. 5 is not greater than 10. Next question we will ask is A less than B? Now this comes as true because 5 is actually less than 10. So the answer to the question A less than B or 5 less than 10 is true. True means a yes. So there is greater than, less than, then there is a slightly modified form, greater than, equal to. From math, you know what this would mean. A less than equal to B. Now this comes as true because 5 less than equal to 5 is correct. We also have greater than equal to. 5 greater than 5 is also equal to correct. It's also correct. Now this is false because 5 is neither greater so 5 is neither greater nor equal. Now that comes as false. Let us see. We have covered greater than, equal, not equal, equal. So this is done. You can refer this article at w3schools.com for more details on this. So let us have some questions now. Are you ready to answer? Let us see. So I'll say A equal to 10, B equal to 5 plus 5, and we'll see A greater than B. Now raise your hand if you want to tell me what will be the result. Okay, Aman, answer. Unmute Aman.
False.
It will be false.
Hello. Hello, I'm Vaibhav.
Yes, you can. You can answer.
So the answer is false.
Yes. Lower your hands now. We have got the answer. Co-host, please lower everyone's hands now. So we have covered the basic operators. We'll come to the advanced operators later. Now let us discuss the increment and decrementers. So there is one operator. Let us say a equal to 30 and a equal to a plus 10. Print a. Now this is giving us 40. So understand this. A equal to a plus 10 is valid. So what is happening here is first we are evaluating the right part. A plus 10. What is a plus 10? 30 plus 10 is 40. And then a only is assigned the value of 40. So the right side part up happens first. This leads us to precedence. So if we say 2 plus 2 divided by 2, result will be 3. Why? If we would have done addition first, then this would not have happened. But this follows the mathematical BODMAS rule. So division happens first and all the operators have a specific precedence. So division and multiplication comes before addition. Next thing we have is some shorthand operators like a plus equal to 10. This is same as writing a equal to a plus 10. These two are the same thing. Similarly, we have a minus equal to operator. A minus equal, this decreases the value of a by 10. This will increase the value of a by 10. So we can see such operators here. Plus equal to, minus equal to, multiply equal to, divide equal to, modulus equal to. So basically every basic operator has a equal to type. So we can say s equal to 30, s plus equal to 10, print s. Now this will give us 40. So s value was increased by 10. We can replace this by s equal to s plus 10. This does the same thing. So this is just a shorthand for writing them. Similarly, we have multiply. S multiply equal to 2 will give us 30 because s value is being multiplied by 30. This is same as writing s equal to s multiplied by 30. So we have division, s division equal to 10. This will give us 3. And there are more such operators like power equal to and modulus equal to. You can refer the Python operators page for that. Now, moving on. So let us write a short program. So we'll do length conversion from inch to centimeter. So we all know 1 inch equal to 2.54 centimeter. So we'll write inch equal to, let us say 20. So centimeter will be equal to 20, not 20, inch times 2.54. And then we can print this. Print. So 50.8. This is a simple program to convert inches to centimeters. Now we can use any value here like 21. So we get the centimeter value from this. Just have some spaces here. Notice that this print function can take as many values as you like, separated by a comma. There are more ways to format strings that we'll be using. Now, wouldn't it be actually useful if we would take the input value from the user? Like here the input is inch. So could we take this from the user? Now that is actually possible with input function. Now input function asks the users at the runtime for a value. So st is input. Now we'll print so when we run this, will be prompt an input. So we can write hi. When we enter this, we get the output. Input was hi. So whatever we are inputting, we'll get that as output. Now we can also have a prompt. So inside input, if we write enter something, when we run this, so before the prompt, before the input field, we get a prompt, enter something. So now if we write hi, same thing happens. So input was hi. So these are the two forms of input. Now one thing to notice about input is input always returns a string. So if we check the type of st, this is a string. C, class str. So type of st is string. Now what if we want numbers from the user? So we will have to convert this. So to convert this, we'll have to first input it. Then we will say num equal to int st. And then we say input was num and type num. Now we say 23. So input was 23 and the type of this is integer. Notice that we cannot enter some characters here. Alphabets are not allowed. This will give us an error. At the runtime, we get the same error like before, invalid literal point value error. Because it here, when we are converting, we expect this to be a numbers only string. So that it is a string, but it should contain numbers only inside it. Otherwise, conversion will not be possible as seen before. So to send the error away, I'll run this again. Yeah, seems fine. Now we'll read more about output. So print function can print values like this. We can comma separate things to print. So whatever is after the comma is printed with a space in between. We can have as many values as we like. These are all printed with a space. What if we want to change things as we want, like it happens in Java or other some languages? We can add the plus. So strings can be added, as we all know. So we can add 2 strings. Yeah, so this is printing it without a space because it is first adding these two. If we want to add integers, then we get an error because adding a string to integer is not possible. Some other languages will convert the integer to a higher data type, that is a string, and then add them. But Python does not do that because that leads to so much confusion. So here what we can do is we can enclose this in str. I missed a bracket, I think. Now this works. So we are converting this to str, that is string, and then adding. So that will work. Now notice one more thing here. We can use some shortcuts. Like we can say a equal to input. Then we can say b equal to int a, that is the conversion. And then we can print b. Now this will take an input, convert it, and then print it. But we can do this in fewer lines. Like a here is only used once. And what is the value of A? Input. So instead of A, we can write input here. So we can cut this and paste this here. Now this will also work. Instead of A, we are directly doing B equal to int value of input. This will work the same way. Okay, it does not. I think I placed extra braces. Yeah, this works. So what is happening here is whatever input is returning is given to int, and whatever int is returning is given to B, and then we are printing B. We can take this one step further. We copy this whole thing and put it in print. Now this becomes a one-liner. Print integer value of whatever input was given. When we run this, first the innermost thing runs, input. We write 34. Now that is converted to int and that is printed. We can go before and do this with some more inputs also. Like here what we are doing, we are storing this in variable and then using the variable only once. It would be better if we move all this inside the int function and remove this. This will work as before. And we can take a step further by replacing num with all this. That is also possible, but we will not do that here for the sake of clarity. So don't get confused if I put function inside function inside function. Functions can be changed as we want. And that is what is happening here. We are converting 34 to a string and then adding this to SKS and then printing the whole thing in one line. So whatever we want to print, like 3.4 if we wanted to print, that would also be possible because we are converting this, and with conversion we can add a space here, equal here, and everything works. So like this we can format our printed value in a beautiful way. So you must be familiar with hash include in C++ and all. In Python, we have import statement. So we can import random. Now random is a library to generate random functions. I misspelled it here. Let me correct that. Yeah, import random. So this, what it does is it import random functions. Now we can print what this prints is between 0 and 1, this prints a random value. Every time we run this, we'll get a different value. See, there is a more useful function called randint, random integer. We can give this 1,6. And every time we run, it gives us a value between 1 and 6. 5. Okay, we got 5 again. 2. 6. Now we can make a dice roller with it. We can use this like this. Now when we run this, we get press enter to roll a dice. We press enter and C3 is printed. So this was the result. We can format this better. Remember that we have to convert, otherwise we will get error. Now when we run, press enter to roll. I press enter. Dice gives us 5. Now notice one thing here. We are not using A anywhere. See, A equal to input, but we are not using this input value. So what we can do here is we can delete this. So whatever input is giving, we are throwing that away because we are not concerned. But till we do not press enter, program does not run further. So when we run this, now it is waiting for us to enter something. It is our choice. We can enter anything here. Does not matter. But as we press enter, next line is executed. So we can use input as a waiting prompt. So with the right way, we'll just press enter and yeah, dice gave us 2. So this is a program to roll a dice. Let me add a comment here. Okay, so just quickly we'll take 2 doubts from Anjali and Praful. Anjali, you go first.
Hello. Hello. Hello, sir.
Others, please raise hands. I'll take only 2 doubts now. Okay, Anjali,
Hello.
say.
Yes, sir. Sir, why you have written it like this plus str? And can you please explain random and then dot and then radiant in a bit more detail?
Random, okay. Okay, so if I say random, now random is a library, external library. Okay, Anjali, tell me, do you have experience in any other programming language? Anjali, am I audible? Hello. Okay, so I'll go on. So random
Yes.
dot randint.
He will respond. He will respond. Wait. He will respond.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So Anjali, I asked you whether you are experienced.
Yes.
Whether you have experience in any language.
Yes, sir. C language.
So in C,
Hello.
you run functions, right? So here random is a library.
Yes, sir.
And then randint is a function in that library. Randint, and then it takes
Okay,
2
sir.
inputs, 1 and 6. Now this will return what? Any integer between 1 and 6. Now if we don't write str,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
get an error because a string and int cannot be added. So we are now converting this. Okay. So next, who had a doubt? Praful. Okay. Praful, you ask. Praful, do you want to ask?
Sir, instead of writing str there, I can add comma also, no?
Yes, comma is useful. We can do this. Comma does not give us control actually. Comma will work, but comma puts a restriction that it will only print 1 space. What if we want more? What if we don't want a space? So that way comma does not work. This is perfectly valid. Yeah. So moving on.
I think there is one more question from Tushar.
Yes, Tushar. Okay. Ask.
Hello, Bhaiya. Bhaiya, why have you written A is removed? I not understand.
A
import
is
random.
Import random.
So, Bhaiya, you have removed na A there. Bhaiya, A, why you have removed that A?
Where I have removed?
I have not understood. Input press enter key to roll a dice.
हाँ.
उसके आगे में भैया A लिखे थे ना, वो हटाएं क्यों? तो उसका रीजन नहीं समझ में आया.
तो क्या हुआ कि A इक्वल टू इनपुट, तो इनपुट का जो वैल्यू आया वो A में स्टोर हो जाता, बट A का कहीं यूज है आगे? नहीं, क्योंकि इनपुट को हम बस एक वेटिंग एरिया के जैसा यूज किए थे, तो इनपुट वैल्यू से हमको कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. जब हमको कोई मतलब नहीं होता है
तो
ए में
प्रिंट
क्या
तो
स्टोर
जैसे
होता है?
प्रिंट ए का नहीं कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, लेकिन उसका कोई
अच्छा,
फायदा तो
प्रिंट
होगा
ए
नहीं।
नहीं कर सकते हैं?
कर
ओ
सकते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ हम करना नहीं चाहते हैं, और क्योंकि हम करना नहीं चाहते हैं तो ए रख के कोई फायदा भी नहीं है, तो ए हटा दी।
वो अच्छा, अगर हम प्रिंट ए लिख देंगे डायरेक्ट तो नहीं होगा?
हमको क्या प्रिंट करना था ये समझो, हमको प्रिंट करना था रैंडम,
ओ,
ए तो प्रिंट करना ही नहीं था।
अच्छा,
ए को यूज
हाँ
करना या ना करना तो अपने ऊपर है ना, हमने यूज
हाँ,
किया।
ओ अच्छा।
ओके, मूविंग ऑन। So I think Abhinav should take over right now. Abhinav, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can take over now.
Thank you, sir.
I'm stopping the.
So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. No.
Hello.
Yes, you are
Yes, sir, now
visible
visible.
and audio is also coming.
Okay. So, sir enlightened you with all the concepts. First of all, I will brief you about myself. My name is Abhinav Kumar Singh, and I am a sophomore at BIT Sindhi, and my branch is Information Technology. So, before starting, I would like to say something. I will teach in a format since majority of the students are from C++ and Java. I will try to differentiate between the concepts of Python and Java and C++. And if I will teach you basics also, I will teach you their uses in the major industry, how there are uses in the bigger concept. So we will start with loops. Okay. So what are loops? In layman language, we can say that loops are a way of iterating a sequence. A sequence can be a list, a dictionary, or any other thing. So anyone coming from C++ or Java background, we used to write loop there like this. We used to. Isn't that hectic process? We have to write so much code. The Python does it in an easy way. We don't have to declare like this. We just have to declare a variable, and we just have to declare a range from where you want to use the loop.
Okay, Abhinav, sorry to interrupt, but if possible, just zoom on your screen because the text size is quite low.
Is it okay?
Just zoom in more. It's fine now. Okay, it's fine now. It's fine now. And if possible, just raise the volume of your mic. It's cool. Thank you.
Okay. So Python allows you to write the for loop in such format where this takes 3 parameters. Okay. First one is the starting point. By default, the starting point is 0. Then it takes the ending point till where we have to use the loop. And its third parameter is the number of jump. The number of jump by default is 1. Okay. Now if we print x.
Now, small interruption from my side. It's Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
So just you define them and why we are using loop, because
Yes,
some of
I will
the
do
students
that.
will not be knowing why
Yeah.
we use loop.
Yes, sir, I will do that.
Okay, okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I will do that. See, it printed from 0 to 9. 10 was not included. Okay. If we want to include 10, we have to do that 11 because the last term is not included in for loop. So as sir said, we know we will now. Why do you use loop? See, in code we have to write something various number of times. Okay. So programming is all about saving time and memory. We have introduced programming in this world to save time and memory. So why to waste time on writing a code multiple times? So we can, that's why we use loops so that we can save our time. See, we could write this code just like this also. Print 0, then we can use print 1, print 2. This is a hectic process and it's a time-taking process. So that's why loop were introduced to save our time. Okay. So I said you that in Python we have to use loop like that. It takes 3 parameters. The first one is the starting point. The last second one is the ending point. And the third one is the number of jumps. So by default, the starting point and the number of jumps are fixed. So if we write this also, that will also print the same thing. See, is it printing the same thing? Now, second type of loop. Second type of loop in Python is while loop. The difference between the for loop and while loop is for loop is used when we know the number of iterations. See, when we use for loop, we know that it will print 9 numbers. Okay, but while loop, we don't know how many times the code will run. So what is a while loop? See, while loop runs until and unless the parameter under this parenthesis is true. First declare a number. Let us declare a number. X is 0. Okay. And we declare while X is less than 10. Sorry. Print X. Oh, sorry. I just did a mistake. I didn't incremented it. Sorry for the. It went in a infinite loop. I will show the concept of this also. This is a major thing.
Press stop there, okay? Abhinav?
Yeah, sir. It's not stopping, sir. It will take some time.
Refresh the page.
I will write here. See what we did was an infinite loop. I will make you understand that. So while my point was, in while loop, we don't know how much of iteration it will take. Yeah, in this code which we are writing, we know that it will run also 9 times because we know the number. Okay. It's taking some time.
It is due to previous one.
No, sir, it is stopped. It will print after 5 infinite loop. It will take some time, sir. Sorry, sir.
No issue. Continue now.
Refresh the page.
I should use. I should delete.
Or make another collab node.
Another, yeah.
So I was teaching you while loop, and I told you that what is the difference between a for loop and a while loop. For loop is used when we know the number of iterations that the code have to run n number of times. But in while loop, I will give you the difference directly showing the example. See, we inputted something. Okay? We inputted something, enter a number. Okay, it will take the X will be a string first of all, because sir told you that input gives a return something in string. And whose mic is open? Please, can you switch that off? We don't know what will be X. Okay, we don't know what will be the value of X. So we can say that while X is.
Convert X to integer first.
I will convert, sir. I will use another variable y, which will be int of x. And while y is less than 15 or 14, any number, we will print y. So we don't know what will be y. Okay. So in this code, we don't know number of iterations. So while loop is basically used that times, and while loop is basically iterated number of times unless and until the parameter under parenthesis is true. So let's see. It will ask for a number. The internet connection is it is asking for a number.
Make an error there. Make an error there. Input A. You are in infinite loop again.
Incrementation. Incrementation is not done yet.
No, sir, I have not. What?
Okay, let me take over now.
No, sir, I could continue, sir.
Wait, let me take over. So, am I audible?
Yes, yes, go ahead. Shailesh, go ahead.
Okay. So to discuss for loop. Now, as Abhinav told, for loop is used to repeat. For loop is used to repeat a specific statement a given number of times. So let us suppose we want to print numbers from 1 to 10. We can do this. Print 1. So this is printing 1 4 times. Now we can change this. So this is printing 1 2 3 4. But to print, if you want to print 1 to 100, we have to write 100 statements, and we are just repeating ourselves. And in programming, there is a principle called DRY, which means do not repeat yourselves. So what we can do here is we can replace this with a for loop. So for loop will repeat our statement a given number of times. So for I in range 4. Print I. So what it gave us is 0 1 2 3. Now I's value is changing. Every time the loop is executed, I's values increases from 0 to 3. So first time it was 0, then it was 1, then 2, then 3. We could have written here print 1, and this will execute this 4 times. So this is giving 1, but it is useful to have the number of loop, the time the loop is executing with us. So this variable I that we had here, this we can replace this with any variable like A, for A in range 4. So what will happen, every time this statement is executed, A will have a different value, and it begins with 0. Why is it beginning with 0? Is that we never gave a starting point here. We can give it 1, 5. So here we are defining A, and the value of A is decided by this range. So A is there in a range of 1 to 5. And notice that 5 is not included in the list. So it gave us 1, 2, 3, and 4. We could have done 10, and that would print 1 to 10. I can do it till 100 also. And see, it is giving us till 100. So now this is much more scalable. We are not repeating ourselves and we are just providing the number, how many times we want the execution, and it executes. This is much better. Now we can change the starting point also. We can start from 4. 4 is inclusive here. So it will start from 4 and stop just before 15. Now the third argument to this is the step. Notice what happens here. 4, then 6. So first it was 4, then 2 was added to it. Then 2 was added again. So it became 8. Then 2 was added, it became 10. Then again 2 is added. So this is the initial. This is the final. And this is the step, that is the addition. So 4, 15 and 2. Start here, end on this, and just before this, and increase by 2. We can change it to 3. And then we'll get 4, then 4 plus 3, 7, 10, and 13. Notice that after 13, it would have been 16. But we did not get 16 because 16 is greater than 15. And we have to stop just before 15. Whatever we don't want, we can omit. Like 3 can be omitted. So the default value there is 1. So if we just want 1, since 1 is the default value, 1 can be ignored. So 1 can be removed and we get the same result. Now starting value is always 0. Since the starting value is 0, we'll get 0 to 14 and we can ignore this. And notice that it has the same output. So here, this is 15, but there is some hidden 2 values. The 2 hidden values are one before 15, that is 0. And then one after 15, that is 1. If you want it to have the default value, we can leave it as it is, like this. And if you want to change them, we can specify the value. So this is about the for statement. Now here range can be changed. So now this is some. Now what happens here is, for A in hello, A's value will vary from H, E, L, L, O. Let us see. Yeah, H, E, L, L, O. So for A in hello means for every value in this thing. We can replace this with range. Now what this is doing is, range returns 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 till 9. And for A in 1, 2, 3 till 9. So it is not necessary to have a range here. We can have a string or anything that has values inside it. So a range has many values inside it, 1, 2, 3. Now, so like that, we can replace this. Okay, so I guess you have doubts. Okay, Aman, ask your doubt.
Aman, ask your doubt.
As hello is printing in the order descent, matlab in a different.
A bit
line.
loud.
So sir, how can we
Speak
print
loud.
hello in single line? And one more doubt, sir. As we have seen yet numbers in increasing order in a for loop. So what we'll have to do for numbers to be in decreasing order?
Decreasing order. Good question. So for your first doubt, what if we want hello to print like this? We could have directly printed this by doing this HELLO. So
by
this
using
print.
the for loop, sir.
Now using the for loop, what we do is print A, comma, and now this is advanced thing. Since you have asked, I am telling you, otherwise it would have come much later in the course. And equal to, let us say 4. Notice what happens here. H4, E4, L4, L4, O4. So every time we print a value, let us print end equal to double space. This will be more clear. what we are getting is H, then 2 spaces, then E, then 2 spaces, then L, 2 spaces. So by default, what happens is it is single. No, by default, end is new line character, /n. /n means a enter or new line.
Yes.
So this is the output. Now we can replace this with a space. So we are getting, but still space is coming. So we can have it as empty string. Now we will get hello. See.
Yes, sir.
So what was your next doubt? Decreasing order. So range can be decreasing also. Range can be like 9, 1, -1. And yeah, end should be removed. See, it became decreasing. And again, 9 is included, 1 is not included. So if you want till 1, we should enter 0.
Yes, sir.
Now it is working. But if we are including negative, all these values are compulsory to give. We cannot omit because we have changed the step value. It can be -2 also, -2, -3, everything is accepted. And it becomes just before 0, it stops. Okay, next doubt.
Thank you, sir.
Adnan, ask your doubt. Adnan, unmute yourself and ask your doubt.
Yes, sir. Sir, why the endpoint is not being reflected in the results, sir?
Now that is to save time. It is a decision made by the Python developers that we will stop just before this. So here we give the next value. Now that is a design decision Python developers took it because it makes writing complex programs easier. There is no specific reason to it, but remember that when we write advanced programs, the endpoint being after the ending value makes things easier. Now just you need to just now know that. Okay. Yeah, next out.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Aman Kumar, mining. Aman, ask your doubt. Okay. Aman lowered his hand. Okay. Ankit Tiwari, ask your doubt. Aniket Tiwari. Aniket, unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So I would like to know what will happen if अगर रेंज के वो जो तीनों पैरामीटर्स में हम स्टार्टिंग में 1 करें और एंडिंग वाला में 10 करें और जो हमारे जंप्स या स्टेप्स होते हैं उसको -2 या -1 जैसा कुछ करें तो
कुछ नहीं आया। पता है क्यों
सर?
क्योंकि पहले 1 आना चाहिए था, बट क्योंकि हम लोग नेगेटिव डाले हैं और ये दोनों ठीक है, जब भी -1 डालेंगे ना तो 10 पहले मतलब ग्रेटर नंबर को पहले लिखना होता है। इफ वी डोंट डू दिस कोई आउटपुट नहीं आता है बिकॉज रेंज 1 to 10 डिक्रीजिंग डज नॉट मेक एनी सेंस, सो देयर इज नो आउटपुट देयर।
हाँ सर, सेंसलेस इसीलिए।
आगे बढ़ते हैं। अंजलि गोस्वामी। Anjali, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes. Anjali.
Hello. Hi, yes, sir. As you said, we can print the values by incrementing it, like as you did in +2, and then you decrement it -2. So, what is the procedure to do if you want to multiply every value by any number like 2 or something?
That will not be a range, right?
Okay.
That will not be a range. So we will have to do this explicitly, either using while loop or if you want to execute 4 times multiplying, we can use the while approach. Like we can say a equal to 2, and then here we can say a multiplied by 2, and then print it. This can be done, and range will use some dummy variable.
Okay,
so
sir. So in the okay, sir. So in the third argument, we can only either increment it or decrement it. We can't do any other thing.
No, because ranges are increasing or decreasing. Range does not make sense with multiplication.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, next. Akash Aryan, ask your doubt. Akash, unmute yourself.
Akash Aryan, please unmute yourself and ask your doubt quickly.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Sir, after end of the session, can you provide me the video of all codes?
Video.
PDF.
The yesterday's video is
PDF
actually
of all codes,
uploaded
sir.
on YouTube. You will get
Sir,
the link.
PDF.
PDF, okay.
Yeah.
Great. I'll share this notebook with you. Okay,
Yes.
in PDF or in notebook form only.
Okay.
At the end of the session, you will get it.
Okay.
Do you
Thank
have
you.
some group?
Yeah.
I'll try to get it in your first year group. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
And
we'll
please don't ask these
forward
type
all
of doubts
the.
now. Okay. Now ask only the Python related doubts. At the end of the session, when I take doubts, then only ask this stuff.
Okay, sir.
Next, Bittu Yadav. Bittu, unmute
Bittu
yourself.
Yadav, please unmute yourself and ask your doubt if there are any. Otherwise, I'm going to lower your hand. Bittu
Okay, we'll
Yadav,
move on.
are you there?
Harsh
Okay,
Kumar
Harsh Kumar
Jha.
Jha.
Ask your doubt. Okay, whoever has raised their hand, one of you, unmute yourself and ask your doubt. Any doubts? Please unmute yourself. Any one of you.
Mukund, Manisha Kumari, Sachidanand Munda, Rohit Bharti, Prashika Gautam. You guys have raised your hand. Please ask your
Okay, I
doubt.
guess there are no more doubts. Any co-host, please lower their hands and we'll move on. Okay, Kunal Mahat. Okay, they're all. Now anyone has doubt, raise their hand and ask question.
Kunal Mahatha, please ask your doubt.
Mute them. Unmute them for a while so that they can ask.
Okay, can they not unmute themselves?
Sir, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, if you
Kunal, I
if you
can
just
hear you.
want to print hello in the opposite order, like OLLENH in a same line.
Now that will be possible, but we'll have to use a function and that is not the scope now. I'm just showing it to you. Now reversed is a built-in function. It reverses what is given to it. Okay, you don't have to remember this now. I'll discuss the built-ins later. So I'm just showing it to you. Next.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, Harsh Kumar Jha. Okay, Mukund, yeah. Mukund, ask your doubt.
जैसे आपने किया था यहाँ पर कि वो जो लिखा था फंक्शन i 10 से लेकर -1 तक फॉर लूप चलाया था, अगर हम लोग अंदर में ही वहां पर लिख दे, हम लोग अंदर में एक और इंक्रीमेंट कर दिए जैसे सर, जैसे यहाँ पर
10,
-1 किए जैसे सर
-1, ये तो चलेगा नहीं क्योंकि 10 ग्रेटर है।
ठीक है सर, अगर अंदर में ही अगर हम लोग कर दिए प्रिंट y के बाद y इक्वल्स टू y प्लस 1, तो ये इनफाइनाइट लूप चल जाएगा क्या?
आई डोंट थिंक ये होना चाहिए। लेट अस सी, पर ये करके देखते हैं। y माइनस इक्वल टू 1, ये मोस्ट प्रोबेबली ये एरर देगा। ओके, इट डिड नॉट। एंड हाँ, तो ये 10 टाइम्स एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है।
नहीं सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे रेंज के बाद 1, 10, -1 दिए हम लोग वहां पर, वहीं पर।
हाँ ठीक है, ये तो एग्जीक्यूट किया नहीं।
ठीक है सर,
अब अगर हम लोग नहीं किया तो अंदर का स्टेटमेंट कभी एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा।
ठीक सर, अगर हम लोग वहां पर y माइनस इक्वल टू 4 हटाइए सर एक बार। हाँ सर, अगर हम लोग प्रिंट y के बाद अगर हम लोग वहां पर एक स्टेटमेंट डाल दिए y इक्वल्स टू y प्लस 1, तो ये इनफाइनाइट लूप चल जाएगा ये पूरा।
देखो 1 10 माइनस 1 ना एक भी बार ना प्रिंट करता है ना y माइनस करता है, तो ये कभी एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा। यहाँ कुछ भी डाले कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। सी
सर तो ये जो -1 जो अगर हम लोग डिक्रीमेंट करते हैं,
हाँ,
ये एक लूप चलने के बाद डिक्रीमेंट होता है कि मतलब कि ऑटोमेटिक पहले ही डिक्रीमेंट हो जाता है?
ओके, तो रेंज में थोड़ा डिटेल में आते हैं। देखो क्या हो रहा है। इसको देखो, रेंज 1,12 कुछ रिटर्न करता है, वो है रेंज 1,12। ठीक है,
ठीक है।
अब इसको अगर हम कन्वर्ट करें एक लिस्ट में तो तुमको दिखेगा कि रेंज 1,12 जो है एक लिस्ट रिटर्न किया पहले और फिर इसका यूज किया। पहले ये पूरा लिस्ट जनरेट हुआ। इफ द लिस्ट जनरेशन ओनली इज नॉट पॉसिबल, तो आगे बढ़ नहीं पाएंगे। देखो ये एम्प्टी लिस्ट आ गया और एम्प्टी लिस्ट में कुछ है नहीं आइटरेट करने के लिए।
अच्छा।
तो रेंज इज इवैल्यूएटेड फर्स्ट। इफ रेंज इज नॉट पॉसिबल, नो एग्जीक्यूशन टेक्स प्लेस।
अच्छा सर, समझ गया। थैंक यू सर।
नेक्स्ट मनीषा कुमारी। मनीषा।
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, my question that the range is always should be in a positive integer, means it's always the greater than 0. It can't be negative.
We can go from -10 to 0 with a now this should be possible. And yeah, let's just remove this. The first one should be less than the second one. Negative and positive is not a restriction. It works.
Okay, sir. And sir, इसमें steps use होगा, थर्ड वाला steps?
तो by default तो 1 था यहाँ पे। अगर हम इसको 2 करते हैं तो -10 में 2 ऐड होगा तो -8 हो जाएगा, फिर -6 होगा, फिर -4
Okay, and
आवाज क्लियर नहीं आया, फिर से बोल।
Sir, me.
Yes, please ask again.
हाँ Manisha, ask your question again.
Sir, my question was that there should be no initialization for the variable y. मतलब initialize इसको करना है, कर सकते हैं या नहीं?
इनिशियलाइजेशन का जरूरत ही नहीं है, y को सीधा असाइन किया जा रहा है। ठीक है, अगर हम बाहर में प्रिंट y करें तो भी बाहर अवेलेबल होता है, तो y यहाँ पे इनिशियलाइज हुआ और अवेलेबल है थ्रू आउट आवर प्रोग्राम। ओके, नेक्स्ट रोहित भारती।
हेलो सर। हेलो सर, मेरे सेम प्रोग्राम जावा में रन करवाया है, तो उसमें उससे और पाइथन और जावा में क्या डिफरेंस रहा?
तुम जावा जानते हो?
यस सर, मैंने पढ़ा था 12th में।
तो अभी तक तो तुमको दिख गया होगा कि काफी कुछ डिफरेंस है। जैसे अभी तक हम एक भी कर्ली ब्रेस यूज नहीं किया।
ओके,
सो दैट इज अ डिफरेंस। और हाँ, पाइथन ये फॉर में एक चीज हम नहीं बताएं, यहाँ पे देखो 2 स्पेसेस एक्चुअली। ठीक है, फॉर के बाद यहाँ पे कोलन है। ठीक है, और यहाँ पे 2 स्पेस है। स्पेस एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, हम लोग 1 स्पेस भी रख सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर 1 स्पेस रखे हैं तो अगले लाइन में भी 1 स्पेस रखना होगा। अगर 2 स्पेस रखते हैं तो थ्रू आउट द प्रोग्राम हमको हमेशा 2 स्पेस यूज करना होगा। ठीक है, ये एक चीज नोटिस करना। हाँ, नेक्स्ट आउट। कमलेश, आस्क योर डाउट।
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
If I want to show a harmonic series in output, then how can I type in input?
Define harmonic series.
Harmonic series is the reciprocal of arithmetic series.
So 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4.
Yes, sir. Means if 1, 2, 3, 4 are in AP, then how can I?
So if I write 1 by y, will this
Yes,
work?
sir.
See, you got the harmonic series. This is 1 by 1, this is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 3, this is 1 by 4, this is 1 by 5, this is 1 by
Okay,
6.
sir.
Got the harmony. Quite easy. 1 by 1.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Moving on. Next out.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ask your, unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ask your doubt, Kakul.
Sir, one liner in for function is allowed. Can we
No,
line
for
it,
will always force you to have 2 lines. For expects you to have a colon.
Okay, and the space before print is necessary.
In every line which is included in for, a space is necessary. Like we can assign a variable here, we can do anything here.
Okay.
And so a space is there. Whenever we want to exit out of loop, then we remove the space. See, this is out of the loop, this is inside the loop. So the loop's body is decided by the space.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Next. Okay, Sachidanand Munda, ask your doubt.
Sir, say you have written it for y in range 1, 10, मतलब आगे भी अगर लिखते हैं 1, so it will in initial and final it will print 1 lower than final.
हाँ, फाइनल वैल्यू के ठीक पहले वाला जो सेटिस्फाई करता है वो प्रिंट होगा, फाइनल वैल्यू नहीं प्रिंट होगा.
जैसे if you write 10 instead of मतलब 12 then
तो 11 तक प्रिंट होगा.
it will happen always, sir.
हाँ, हर बार ये होता है. जो सेकंड आर्गुमेंट है, जो मैक्सिमम लिमिट है, उससे ठीक लोअर वैल्यू प्रिंट होता है, उसके बाद का वैल्यू नहीं प्रिंट होता है.
And sir, Python follows the rule of BODMAS.
हाँ, we can say for BODMAS, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction follow BODMAS. But in Python, we have precedence, which is a superset of BODMAS. Like BODMAS is for these 4 operators only, na? But for every operator, we have precedence and order of evaluation.
Thank you,
so
sir.
It is a superset of BODMAS actually. Okay. Bittu Yadav, ask your doubt. Bittu, unmute yourself.
Hello. Sir, I wanted to, you mentioned earlier about interpreter. So what are the difference between compiler and interpreter?
So compiler takes the whole program, compiles it, gives you a compiled file that you execute. Python takes it line by line and executes it. So if there is any error in the program on line number 10, you will get it beforehand only while compilation. But if in interpreted language, there is an error in the line number 10, first 9 line will execute. Line number 1, 2, 3 till line number 9 will execute. And then on the 10th line, you will get an error. That is the difference.
So is there no compiler for Python?
That is an interesting question. We actually have PyPy. Let us search this. So now this is advanced stuff. Okay, this I would not have covered in course also, but you can see Python programs often run faster in PyPy. Why? Because PyPy is a just-in-time compiler for Python. This exists, but you don't have to worry about it. By default, Python is an interpreted language, but there are ways to compile it, and that is very advanced thing. Okay?
Which is faster then?
You saw this, right? PyPy is faster.
It means compiler are faster.
No, in general, compiled programs are faster does not always hold true. Okay, sometimes interpreted languages can be faster. It depends on what language it is actually, because there are more factors like dynamically typed language are considered slower than statically typed languages. Then what is the input output scheme? Many things. The speed of execution depends on so many things. Okay, we don't discuss that with respect to only one thing.
Thank you, sir.
Next, Himanshu Shekhar, ask your doubt. Himanshu, unmute yourself, ask your doubt.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Himanshu, ask your doubt.
Yes, you are audible. Go ahead.
So does the space defines does the space defines the scope of the function for function? Hello.
Yes, it does. Like whatever. Are you familiar with C++ or Java?
Both, sir.
Both. So in both, scopes are defined by curly braces.
Yeah, sir.
Like this. So scope starts here, scope ends here.
Yeah, sir.
So Python decided to just remove this.
Instead, they put the
add a
space,
colon, and then add spaces before every line. So whatever is there with spaces is inside the for loop, and whatever is outside the for loop. And yes, scopes exist. So if I declare a variable t equal to 6 and then try to, scope is actually little different in Python. So I guess t should be available. Let us see if it is available or not. So you see t was declared inside this for, but t is accessible outside. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So space did not decide this, but if it was in a function, functions are also represented by space. So if t was inside a function and then we accessed it outside function, it will not work. So it will be wrong to say that space is defined.
It depends on the function, sir. Which type of function it is, it depends on that now.
No. Function define the scope. If a variable is inside the function and you try to access that variable outside it, it will not be available.
Yeah, we have to call it, na?
No, you are not getting. If we declare a variable inside a function and we try to access the variable, not the function, outside that function.
Okay.
तो वेरिएबल था फंक्शन के अंदर, बाहर से उसको एक्सेस किए नहीं एक्सेस होगा, बट फंक्शन कैन बी कॉल्ड, दैट इज सिंपल. तो फंक्शन डिफाइंस स्कोप. फंक्शन के अंदर जब फंक्शन कॉल हुआ था तो स्कोप बना था, वो स्कोप बाहर से एक्सेसिबल नहीं है, बट जब फॉर के अंदर हम डिक्लेयर किए एक नया वेरिएबल तो वो बाहर एक्सेसिबल है. तो फॉर के अंदर एक नया स्कोप नहीं बना, इफ के अंदर एक नया स्कोप नहीं बनेगा, बट फंक्शन के अंदर नया स्कोप बनेगा.
ठीक है सर. सर रीजन है सर उसका यही क्या कि सर फॉर और जो आप जहाँ प्रिंट कर रहे हैं हम लोग उसको, सर वो दोनों आपका एक फंक्शन के अंडर आता है, इसीलिए सर.
हाँ, we can say that.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Next. Okay, so Kisun Prasad Saw next. I'm taking this doubt session because there was a little confusion in the for part. So I'm clearing all the doubts now. Then we'll move or we'll continue tomorrow, no worries. So Kisun Prasad Saw. Unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. I want to ask that in harmonic series, we see the result in decimal. Okay. Then what can we do it if you want to see it in fraction only?
Now that should be simple. If we write 1. Okay. 1 in string, then divided by, and then plus stry, that will work, right? See, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 7, we got that.
Okay, sir.
But there is a catch here.
What, sir?
If it was starting with 2, then there is a problem. Like 2 by 4 should be written 1 by 2, right? But we
Yes,
are
sir.
reprinting this as a string. So there is a fraction class in Python, but we won't discuss that here. So it is possible to represent that, but you don't need to worry about it now.
Okay,
It is
sir. Okay.
possible.
Thank you, sir.
Next, Himanshu Shekhar. Himanshu. Okay, he went. Anjali, you still have your doubt, or did I clear yours? Anjali Goswami, you have a doubt? Lower your
Yes
hands
sir,
if you
I
don't
have.
have.
Yes sir,
हाँ
I have another doubt. सर
हाँ
जैसे कि आपने लिखा था अभी, आपने को एक्सप्लेन किया कि वो स्कोप वाला चीज, तो सर जैसे कि यहाँ पे है, अगर हम लोग t = 6 और प्रिंट t हम लोग अगर फॉर के मतलब अंदर ही लिखते हैं, तो फिर वो जितने बार हमारा लूप
बाहर करते हैं,
इटरेट होगा अगर हाँ
उतने बार वो प्रिंट होगा, उतने बार डिक्लेयर होगा।
6 ओके, उतने बार 6 प्रिंट होता जाएगा। अच्छा
हाँ देखो
हाँ
हो
सर,
रहा है,
यही था बस।
दिस विल
हाँ
हैपन।
सर, हो रहा है।
6 बार
थैंक
बार
यू सर।
डिक्लेयर असाइन हो रहा है टी को, डज नॉट मैटर। ओके शिवानी, आस्क योर डाउट। शिवानी कुमारी।
Oh, am I audible?
यस यू आर।
ओके सर, तो मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे कि आप लोग बोले थे कि जो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज होता है वो बेसिकली कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन को क्रिएट करने के लिए यूज होता है। तो सर ये जो आप लोग ने प्रोग्राम अभी तक करवाए हैं, जैसे लूप वगैरह या तो एडिशन मल्टीप्लिकेशन, वो हम लोग कोई भी एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट करने में कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं?
यूज कर सकते हैं, लेट मी शो यू। ठीक है, हम पाइथन से क्या बनाए थे वो हम तुमको दिखाते हैं। See, this is what I created. It is a software, Debt Manager. Okay, and see its code. Debtmanagement.py। देखो ये सारा कोड जो है सब कुछ पाइथन में लिखा हुआ है। I'll share the link, don't worry. But we are doing this in Python, and I can show you. We have for loops here. See, for transaction in transaction, sum plus equal to transaction not amount. We are using this. We are using a for loop here. For person in people, people is a list. We are iterating over it. Sum plus equal to person dot total. Okay. There are many more things that you need to learn to use this, but this is the basics. If you don't know this, you will not be able to create anything. So this is my GitHub page. You can come here and look at the code. My name is Shailesh Anand. Remember the double A. Okay. Next out, please. So who is next? Manisha Mechanical. Ask your doubt.
Hello, sir. My doubt is that here range is a function, print is also a function, and what is in here?
What is in?
In.
Now in can be considered as an operator, but I'm not sure for why in range. So it is just a syntax. Okay, since this for is not a function, it is a syntax. So in is also a syntax.
It's simply a syntax.
But in is a operator also. But that is a different in, and this is different. In can be used in two ways. So in can be operator, but here it is syntax.
Okay, it can be operator, but in this program it is syntax.
It is in syntax. It is not a function. It is syntax. Okay. So let us move on. It's 4:30. So let us move to while loop. Now, the purpose of discussing for in detail was that while will be very easy to understand now. You can say while a less than 10, print a plus equal to 1. We have to initialize it. A equal to 1. Now what happened here is we assigned A equal to 1. Now this thing executes till A is less than 10. What executes? Print A and increment A. Print A, increment. This is happening. Now this is just like the for loop above. So if we say 1 comma 10, this is the same thing, 1 to 9, and here also output will be the same. So we have converted this for loop into a while loop. So while is just a simpler form of for loop. And this is what was happening behind the scenes. This A less than 10 was the condition. A less than 10 was the condition that for imposed for us behind the scenes. Print Y. And here also we are printing this, and then increment is also handled by for behind the scenes for us. So we can also say while A not equal to 10. We can put any condition here. As long as this condition is true, this will execute and then it will exit when this condition becomes false. While loop should be simple to understand because it just involves a condition. And another thing we have that everything with the spaces will be executed. Like if I remove the spaces, then print high. So high will be printed only once because it is outside the loop. Whatever is with spaces, that resides inside the loop. Print high is outside the loop.
Okay.
So this is the while loop. And we can have any condition inside here. So now, do you remember what A not equal to 10 means? If we write A not equal to 10 and we'll declare A as 23. A not equal to 10 is true. So can you guess what will happen if I write while false? So this is the simplest condition possible, false. We are directly writing false instead of writing A not equal to 10 or A equal 10 or A greater than 10. We are just saying false. The opposite of that is true, but true will hang our program because it will be an endless loop. It will never end because this thing is always true. So this true can be replaced with any condition like 3 equal 4. Now that is false. So loop will never execute. If we write 3 equal to 3, this will execute endlessly and will never stop. Now I cannot run this in browser, but I can run this in my own machine. Okay, I ran this in browser. I can show you on my own machine if I run Python, and then if I run while true, while true, print A hello, am I audible?
Yes, Alex, you are.
So I was saying while true, we include a space and then say print high. Now see, it is printing this endlessly. This will never end unless I press Ctrl C. Now pressing Ctrl C is not possible inside the browser because this has crashed right now. So I'll have to open another one. So yeah, don't do this mistake in yours because it hangs. It obeys our command basically. So that is all about the while loop. Next we'll move to string formatting. Now this is a new feature in Python. Let us see the old way first. So we can write hi, print hi. This prints. Let me have the provisioning area. We are connecting. Initializing. The first command always takes some time, and yeah, we have hi. Now if we wanted to print a value of a variable here, like if we wanted to print the value of a, we would write comma a. This is one way, I 10. Or we could convert this with a plus. So we can write str and then a. This would work. But there are better ways to do this, because if you want to print multiple variables, this becomes tedious. So a better way would be this dot format function. Now this will seem puzzling at first, but it is quite simple. What is happening here is we have this. This is the string. And let me make this simpler for you. We'll write b equal to and we'll print b here. So what is happening here is this is double quote enclosed string. We write dot format a. What dot format will do is it will pick up the curly braces and replace this with the value, whatever we give it. And we can have multiple curly braces. So we have two curly braces, we'll give two values. So 10, 5. We can have three curly braces. We can have in between curly braces, we can have anything. And it still works. So whatever curly braces are there, that is picked by the format function and replaced with the values. So this a will be put here instead of this, and the value of a is 10. So we get 10 here. Then without a space vtg, and then this is the curly brace. So in curly brace, instead of curly brace, we get 5. So 5 is put there. Now this was the standard way for a long time in Python. And since we are using this variable only one time, we can always replace the value of the variable with the actual value. So that saves us one line more. And this also works. So we are printing this string with formatting. Whatever format is doing, it is taking up curly braces and then replacing it with the values. So the next thing is we can take this one more step further, and this is a new feature in Python. We can say print. Now these are called f strings. We write f and then double quote, and then we can write I. We can write anything, and this works normally. Only the difference here is f. Now f makes this a special string. What we can do here is we can say a equal to 23, and then again for formatting we write curly braces, and inside curly braces we can now enter a. So what we were doing here is a, and that was going this. Now this is a shorter version. Inside curly braces only we are writing a, and then inside curly braces we can have any expression here, like 5 plus 5. So what happened here is inside curly braces, whatever was there was evaluated. So a is evaluated to 23, 5 plus 5 is evaluated to 10, and that is being replaced in the string then and there, and then printed. So this is the f string. So this was the old method, and this is the new method. Both are acceptable, both were fine. So raise your hands if you have doubts. Now we will wrap up the session now. Yeah, Mukund, ask your doubt.
Hello.
Yes, Mukund, ask.
Sir, here if we write here in the very first program where you are in format in bracket a comma 5, if we only put a here, then 2 times 10 it will repeat. It is necessary that how
Let
many
us see
times we
what
give the
happens.
braces, that many times you have to do.
No. If you have two curly braces, you have to give two values. Otherwise, we get an error.
Acha. It will not give the
can't do
same if we have to print 2
Print the
times
same
10
value.
there.
Yeah, we can say a comma a, and then we
Acha,
get 10 at
but it
both
will
places. But you have to
automatically
give two values.
automatically it will not do, sir.
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Azad, ask your question. Azad, unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello, sir. Sir, I have a doubt that
Yes.
what is the difference between the for loop and while loop, and what those things can do differently? Means what one loop can
So
do and other can't.
for loop is used when we know how many times we need to iterate, how many times we want to execute the loop, like 10. So we can say for I in range 10. But there can be specific, more elaborate conditions, like while A is greater than B, and A is changing randomly. Sometimes it is decreasing, sometimes it is increasing. That time we cannot use for, because we don't know what will happen to it. We want to run our program as long as A is less than B. So that time we'll use while. So for is a simpler one, which does things for us. It takes care of many things. Like we cannot have, it is very difficult to have endless loop with for, but with while we can do a mistake and end up in an endless loop that never ends. So these two, so the default rule of thumb should be to use for loop whenever possible. If you cannot use for loop, try to use while loop. Okay, next, Akash Kumar, ask your doubt.
Yes, sir. You told that input function always returns a string. Sir, I was asking, is it that print function also always
Speak
returns
louder,
a...
please. I cannot hear you.
Sir, you told that input function always returns a string. Is it that print function also
Yes.
always returns a string, or it can print integers or float data types also? Print function?
Print can print anything, whatever you give. Print 2.3 also works.
Okay.
This was your doubt, right?
Yes.
This works. You can try yourself in Colab. Next, Aman. Okay, Abhinav Anand, ask your doubt. Abhinav, ask your doubt.
Sir, myself Abhinav, then in 12th, why you have written format a comma a in 12th at the end of?
So we have two curly braces. We have to give two values. I can give anything.
Yes.
I can give a comma b and then b equal to 56. I can do this. You just have to give two values.
Okay.
Let's have a space here for clarity. Okay. Is your doubt solved?
Yes, yes.
Adnan, ask your doubt.
Yes, sir. Sir, in the print, it is mentioned in the order that high curly braces JLKG. That order is not mentioned in the the result section.
You are asking for the upper program or the lower one?
Sir, the upper one.
Upper one, okay. So in print, what was
Yes,
your doubt?
sir.
What is not mentioned?
Sir, it is not in the sir. The result mentioned in the program written in the print section. In that order, the result is not coming. Dot format. I mean to say that dot format a comma a was written earlier. So it should be in the last one.
So it should be 10 here and 10 there. 10 and 10.
Yes,
comes.
it sir. It comes in the last, na sir.
Last?
Sir,
what do you mean by last?
Sir, I mean to say that it is in the order. High, it comes first, and the dot format a comma a should come in the last one. I have not get it.
Dot format is at last only. See.
Okay, sir.
I don't
okay,
get you.
sir.
What is your doubt actually?
Sir, curly braces, sir, I don't get it.
So let me say once again. What dot format will do is it will pick up curly braces.
Yes, sir.
It will pick up the first curly brace, and then format will pick the first value, put in place of first curly brace.
Okay,
then
sir.
it will take the second curly brace, put the second value in second curly brace. Simple.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir, get it.
Next. Okay, Aman Kumar Maini, ask your doubt.
Sir, I have not understood when to use while and when to
Speak
use
louder.
For loop. Sir, I have not understood when to use the while loop and when to use the for loop. So I want two examples.
So
on
when
while
you
loop.
know how many times you are going to loop, you should use for loop. Like 10 times, 5 times, or the size of the string times, like hello we were iterating over. So we know the length of hello.
So for loop is clear, but I have little doubt in while loop. So, sir, give
So
two examples
while loop
of
is
while loop.
based on condition. While loop will execute as long as you want to execute. You will come to such situations when you are actually programming, like you want to execute something till another thing happens, and you don't know when the action will happen. So you wait and then execute your program till that happens. In that way, we'll discuss that later.
One more example.
To give you one example. Okay, so let me give it to you. While a greater than b, okay, b plus equal to 2, a greater, so b minus equal to 2, a plus equal to 1, a equal to 10, b equal to 5. Now can you do this with for loop? I guess so. See what happened. B minus a plus. Okay, this should be actually less than. And b should be 50. See what is happening here. This executed till till a was less than b, but b is also changing here. You cannot do this with for loop.
Yes, sir.
Understand? In such situation, we need while loop. There is no other option.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, can we print decimal values in loop?
Decimal values, okay. In
for
loop or while loop?
In for loop.
That should be for I in range 1.0 to 1.5, and 0.1 will be the step. This should work. No. Okay, actually it will not work. Float cannot be interpreted as an integer. Oh, okay, range only takes integers, I guess. Yeah, range will only take integer. Range cannot take for. So we'll have to use either while loop for that, or we'll have to use something else.
So in place of 10, can we write 10.5?
No, you cannot. Straight up it will throw an error. It will say it expects an integer. Float cannot be interpreted as an integer.
So can we do this work in while loop?
Yes, while will be possible. In while we can do this. Okay, so this is all the time I have right now. And
Hello, sir. Myself, Gaurav. I want to ask one minute, sir. Hello, I am audible.
Yes,
Hello.
Gaurav, you are.
I am don't understand.
okay, so Suraj, who is going to take over now?
Hello, sir.
Okay, so yes, we have. Okay, Gaurav, you can ask your doubt tomorrow also. We have another section about Android development, so we should proceed with that. Okay, so let's thank you for your presentation. Now I will invite Anjali to share your screen, please.
Thank you, Anubhav sir. Is it visible?
Yes, Anjali, you can proceed.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the journey of Android development. I am Anjali Kumari from Chemical Engineering, batch of 2K19, and we will carrying you ahead. So, in today's session, we will be answering some queries that every beginner has, like why Android, not iOS, why Java for Android development, relation of Android development with startup, hackathon and Android development, resources to resources to start with Android development. So, first of all, before answering these queries, I want you all to get familiarized with Android Studio. As I have talked about it yesterday only, that Android Studio is the environment where you can make your code alive. It provides the fastest tool for building apps on every type of Android device. Here is the development guide provided. You can set up Android Studio on your system by referring to this link. Android Studio provides us lots of facilities for making Android applications, native Android applications, like visual layout editor that you can visualize your coding for the front end part, APK analyzer, provide the feature to reduce app size by inspecting the content of your APK file. Then fast emulator. See, emulator is the same as your mobile device. Android Studio comes with built-in emulators which you can set up in the environment only, and you can run your applications on it. And it provides intelligent code editing. So you can set up Android Studio by referring to this link. So moving next, why Android, not iOS? So I have talked in the previous session that Android is a open source Linux based operating system. Open source, due to its open source functionality, it has a wide developer community, and as Android is owned by Google, and Google releases a newer version of Android every year with enhancing its features. While this is not the case in iOS. iOS is a closed system. Not all, but only those who are authorized by Apple, which is the owner of iOS, are able to make changes to the iOS operating system. As you can see from the graph, that Android has acquired almost 70% of the market, while that of iOS contribution is only 20%. So moving to our next query, why Java for Android development? See, I have told you that there are a list of tech stacks or the platforms which you can opt for the development of mobile applications. Then why Java? Java provides us lots of facilities, as you all should aware of it that Java is an object-oriented language, and it have a lot of compatible features like cross-platform dependency. Java apps run smoothly on Windows. See, there are two kind of Java applications. First is a standalone application. The example of it includes the mobile application itself, and the second one is applet application, which runs on browser window. So opting these language, you can carry your journey to Android as well as competitive programming.
Hello.
And जहाँ तक हम अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करें, तो हम एंड्रॉयड डेवलपमेंट के लिए कॉटलिन को चूज किए थे, और बाद में हमको मूव बैक करना पड़ा और जावा को भी सीखना पड़ा, क्योंकि जावा इज वन ऑफ द लैंग्वेज दैट इज in the list of known tech stacks for almost all the companies. So I will suggest you to opt Java if you want to proceed with Android development, as it helps you in your competitive coding also. So moving next, integration of Android and startup. What is the role of Android development in startup? So मेरा एक्सपीरियंस, मतलब जब हम कॉलेज में आए थे, मतलब तो स्टार्टअप्स से रिलेटेड जो भी देखे थे, लाइक हम लोग के कॉलेज का खुद का एक स्टार्टअप है दैट इज हेलो डॉक्टर, वो कि एंड्रॉयड प्लेटफॉर्म पे ही बेस्ड है, वो एंड्रॉयड डेवलपमेंट से ही रिलेटेड है, वेयर ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स where healthcare facilities will be provided to all the students. See, startup with Android is a really good idea, but only you have to keep certain points in mind, like app takes storage space of your device, so you must have to create some useful ones, like a WhatsApp application or like a Facebook application or any other utility apps. Here in the slide, you all can see Zomato, Uber, Paytm, Urban Clap, Flipkart, Swiggy. These are some startups that will meet the requirement of user. इसलिए हम लोग जो है वो ये सब apps को use करते हैं, अपना phone में apps को storage space दे के रखे हैं, क्योंकि ये कोई ना कोई नीड को फुलफिल कर रहा है. तो स्टार्टअप्स एंड एंड्रॉयड का कोरिलेशन समझ में आ गया होगा. तो हम लोग नेक्स्ट क्वेरी पे मूव करते हैं, दैट इज हैकाथॉन एंड एंड्रॉयड डेवलपमेंट. सी, दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. व्हाट इज हैकाथॉन? हैकाथॉन का मतलब तो हमको भी जब हम हैकाथॉन में पार्टिसिपेट किए थे तभी समझ में आया था. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू माय एक्सपीरियंस हम शेयर करते हैं. हैकाथॉन implies that coming up with the concept to solve real world problems. In hackathon, you will be provided with a list of problem statements, and you have to come up with the idea or solution and have to implement it using any tech stacks. From HNCC, many of us participated in many of the hackathons, and one of the hackathon that we have participated in is Hack with CW. It is an international level hackathon, and the solution we have presented there is related to the field of Android development. Here is the short demo of it. I want to show you the video that what we had made, and also we got 6th rank out of top 12 teams at that hackathon. So here is the glimpse of the app that we made.
Anjali, your audio is off perhaps.
So moving next, the demonstration of this app will be shown in the Android Studio ID. I want you all to get familiarized with Android Studio. So heading over to Priyanshu, please show the demonstration of this app in Android Studio.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pranshu Singh, and I'm going to run the app on the emulator that we made in the hackathon.
Yeah, so first share your screen.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that only. So, is my emulator visible to all?
Yes,
yeah, it's visible.
So this is the home feed. Here you will all the notifications and notices which were issued by our college. Like if there is any exam and other related things. This is the feed basically. This is the menu frame, and here you can get all the study resources of your branch. Okay, it was getting the resources from the server. You can, if you found something or lost something in the college, then you can report it here. If you have lost something, then you can give the details of it and add, and then can add a photo of it, so that other people can see it in their feed. If you found something, then you can also give details about it, so that other people can see it in their feed. If there is any internship or job opportunities available for you, then you can get it here. We have this app is getting all the data from the server through APIs. If there in the interviews, we will share the interviews of the job experience of our alumni. Okay, these are the things. And this is startup or project ideas. If you have a startup or project idea, then you can share it here and the people can get to know about it. This is all the things. Okay, so now this is the main thing. Like OLX, we have implemented this feature where you can sell the item if you want anything. Like you can sell laptop, table, headphones, anything that you want to sell or buy in a college, then you can do it here. You can contact the user, then you can talk to him that you want to, yes, I'm this and want to buy you this thing. I want to so I'm interested in buying that thing. This is basically OLX for our college only. OLX which works within our college only. if you are new to our course, then you can navigate to different places through this navigation section. This is very important for freshers. Here you will get all the phone numbers of important people. This is the profile section. This is this was basically our app, and it was based on it, and its server was on cloud. It's fetching its data from the cloud through APIs. Okay, so this was basically our app. Hope you liked the our
Okay,
app.
so from this overview, we can say that this is our currently ongoing project which we are on working. So the basic motto of showing this app is just to make you familiar about the Android Studio and about how much we work in a team. And this is all about Android development until now. And if you have any query, you can ask Anjali. You can share your slides. Hello, Anjali.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You
I am
can share your
sharing.
slides.
Yes, sir.
What we have shown you about is just an overview, and don't feel any scary about that. You can also make such apps.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, Anjali, it is visible.
Yes. So, moving to our next query, next and the last query, resources to start with Android development. So, as a beginner or as a fresher, you don't have to buy any resources, any paid resources from the internet, as all the resources and the requirements of yours should be are fulfilled by the YouTube only. And there are many free courses that are provided to you by these platforms: Udacity, Udemy, Coursera. There are several free courses that are available. You can search it and can use it. And in case of any query, do feel comfortable to reach us. We will help you in each and every query of yours, and we will try to sort out it. So no need to buy any paid course. So thank you. That's all from my side. If you have any doubt related to the Android session, then you can ask.
This is just overview. We will do a dedicated session about this very soon. If you have any doubts regarding the Android development, you can ask here. You can just raise your hand and you can ask.
Tushar Kumar, Civil. Yes, Tushar, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
How will we develop Android? What are the ways to develop?
For just beginning, you should learn
Hello.
object-oriented programming. Yes, am I audible? Please, anyone confirm?
No, sir.
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, so for starting, you should learn object-oriented programming, and in particular, you should learn Java.
Okay.
Because it serves in many ways. Like you can do development as well as CP. So by learning Java only, you can do lots of things. Up to object-oriented basic knowledge, you can start Android development. Yes, next.
Nisha Kumar.
Aman Kumar from mine. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, you are audible. You can
Hello.
ask.
Yes, ask your doubt.
My doubt is that you said that for Android development, Java is the best language. And we were told that there is always some similarity in different programming languages like C++, Java. So is this difficult for me to learn Java? I have learned C++ earlier.
No, you need to just learn object-oriented programming. If you have learned already C++, then switching to Java is the simple thing. You can switch easily.
Sir, C++ is also an object-oriented language, no?
Yes, but in Android development we basically focus on Java and we develop our app using Java only. Not
So,
only,
sir,
but we practice Java basically.
This language Java can work in my phone as I have no laptop.
Yes, you can. You can test it on online compiler.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, next. Aman Kumar from mining. Actually, I am also from mining.
Aman Kumar.
Yes, Aman, you can ask your doubt.
Yes, sir. I know C and C++ and
Can you
basics
increase
of
your volume,
Python.
please?
Sir, am I audible clearly?
Quite, but you can increase a lot.
Sir, I am asking that I know C and C++, so can I proceed for the Android development?
As I already mentioned that you should learn Java. Basically, you can switch, but if you learn Java, that will be a good thing for you. You can learn easily Java. If you know C++ and C, then you can learn Java easily.
Actually, this is the requirement of industry that you should learn Java for getting ahead in Android development. C and
Hello.
C++ will not work.
Yes,
Hello.
Anjali, go ahead. Yes, Anjali, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, my question is that for app development, as ma'am said, that you need to learn Kotlin language. So for Kotlin, what language do we have to have prior knowledge, like C++ or Java?
Java would be a best choice for you if you want to proceed in Kotlin.
Okay.
Look, a lot of queries are very similar. I know C++ and can I do that in Java? So basically Java and C++ are syntactically very related. Many of the constructs work the same way in both the languages, but there are very key and minute differences between those. So switching over from C++ to Java or Java to C++ is quite easy syntactically, so you don't have to put much effort in that. The effort where you have to put is learning the concepts of object-oriented programming design or paradigms. That is the core skill that you need to have to do any kind of Android app development, because when you are making apps, not just only in Android, but in any field, like you're going to create a desktop application or something else, you have to have these basic concepts like object-oriented programming concepts. A language doesn't matter. Every language supports the same object-oriented programming concepts like Python, Java, or C++. Syntax is different, but the concept is same. So you have to learn those concepts. Language is just a matter of syntax. Okay. So any other doubts? Do we have any queries related to Android or anything else on today's session in general?
Yes, Sunil, you can ask your doubt.
Sunil.
Hello, Sunil.
Yes. Hi, Sunil.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sunil, you are audible.
For development of apps for Android and iOS, what language should we need to learn?
See,
As I
Sunil,
said, there are many languages, but the major language that we recommend is to you to learn Java, and then you can dive deep into more into object-oriented programming concepts. That's more important than actually learning a language. If you have those concepts tightened up, then you can practice or start learning app development, and you will succeed in that quite easily. Say, Adnan.
Yes, sir. Sir, my query is hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Adnan.
Sir, my query is where could I learn the Java programming?
Java programming, there are because Java is such an old language. There are all kinds of resources available in written format, in articles, or also very good playlists are there on YouTube on Java programming. So you can those playlists if you follow them, they can teach you pretty much all of Java is there. And you can also contact us if you struggle finding any good resources, or you can if you struggle understanding a concept in a video or an article. You can reach us on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Okay. Yes, Kumar, you can ask. Hello, Yesh.
Hello, Yesh, you can ask your doubt.
Unmute first, then. Yes, unmute first, then ask. I think he's not there.
I think he's not
Go
there.
ahead.
So in general, I would like to make some announcements. We have a project going on which is called learn.hnccbits.com. In that, we are compiling resources. We are compiling resources for every skill that we kind of teach or you want to learn. It will be just an articles or blogs on various resources. If you want to learn Java, it will have a bunch of resources, good resources, which we recommend for you to learn. It will contain Android development, web development, and all kinds of skills that we offer or we have presented till now. We also want to make announcements that we are also making on some frequently asked questions, because a lot of juniors have reached us and asked questions which are very quite frequently asked. So we'll actually update our website hnccbits.com, and we'll add a FAQ section. So if you have generic doubts like how do I join HNCC, it will have a very good answer to that, and I hope that it will answer your query. It also has a lot of other questions that I don't have any laptop. How can I do coding or learn basics of coding on phone? It will have answers for that. So please recommend me a laptop to buy. It will also have answer of that also. So if you want to ask more questions, you can ask us here, or you can send us on our Facebook page. I'd also like to ask you to like our Facebook page, because it helps us to reach more students. So that's it from our side. If you want to talk or you can interact with us, we'll be happy to answer your queries. Also, today's all the slides and code that we taught today will be forwarded to your WhatsApp groups. So you can also open that in your browser and you can play along with it, and you can test and experiment with all that code. So I'll forward it to your WhatsApp groups. Anyone want to ask anything? Can go ahead. If not, then you can leave.
And then I think we can end up the session.
Yes,
So,
Waqar, we can end.
So, with this, before we conclude our session, I wanted to thank Dinesh sir for his valuable time, and also Tapan Nayak sir and the administration of BIT Sindri for their supports and their time. And we will meet you soon in tomorrow's sessions in the same time. Hope you will enjoy our next day with some mini projects and some new features like app or ML. Stay tuned with HNCC and thank you. I'm Waqar Ansi, the technical head of machine learning HNCC. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Waqar, please end for all. Please do na. You are the host, so you may please end for all.
Yes, sir, I do that.